Good morning, children. Today we are going to learn one new letter. Yes. But before that, we are going to sing ABC song. Yes. Are you ready? Okay. A B C D E F G H I J K L M N O P Q R S T U V W X Y Z. Did you enjoy? Okay. Now, children, we are going to revise the letters which we have already learned. Okay. Do you remember the letters? Yes? Very good. Yes. Letter L. Letter T. Letter F. Letter I. Letter E. Letter H. Letter X. Letter Y. Letter V. Letter A. Letter Z. Letter W. Letter M. Letter N. Letter K. Letter J. Letter O. Letter Q. Letter U. Letter C. Yes. This many letters we have learned in previous session. Okay, children. And today we are going to learn letter D. Letter D. Where is letter D? Yes, here it is. This is letter D. Letter D. Which letter is this? Letter D. Letter D. Yes. Now, children, we are going to see the objects or things that begin with the letter D. Okay. Yes, D for dog. D for dog. D for drum. D for drum. Who is he? Doctor. D for doctor. D for doctor. Wow, yes. D for doll. D for doll. D for duck. D for duck. D for dolphin. D for dolphin. Which animal is this? D for deer. D for deer. This is also animal. Yes. D for donkey. D for donkey. D for dinosaur. D for dinosaur. Wow, yummy. What is this? D for donut. D for donut. This one. D for door. D for door. What is this? Yes. D for diamond. D for diamond. And this D for Doraemon. D for Doraemon. So children, what we have learned? The things or objects that begin with the letter D. Okay. So children, now we will have quick recap. Okay children? Yes. Which letter is this? Letter D. Letter D. What is this? D for doll. D for doll. This, which animal is this? Yes. D for dog. D for dog. This one. D for drum. D for drum. D for duck. D for duck. D for doctor. D for doctor. This one. D for deer. D for deer. This. D for dolphin. D for dolphin. And what is this? Hand sign of letter D. Yes. How you are going to do? Yes. Say like this. Then see. Letter D. Letter D. Which letter is this? Letter D. All of you understood? Yes? Okay. Children, do you remember the strokes? Yes? So let's revise once again. Okay. Yes, what is this? Standing up line. Standing up line. This left curve line. Left curve line. Okay. Children, now I will show you how to write letter D. Okay. Here we need two strokes. Standing line and curve. Okay. See, like this you are going to write standing line, then curve, letter D. Standing line, curve, letter D. Standing line, curve, letter D. Standing line, curve, letter D. So all of you understood? Okay. Now children, I will show you how to do the pattern of letter D. Children, teacher has written letter D on this paper. Okay. Standing line, then curve, letter D. Okay. Now here I have taken stones. Okay children. So now I will place these stones on letter D. Like this. First, standing line. Slowly, slowly, you are going to keep the stone. Okay. Yes. Then curve. Slowly, slowly, you're going to keep. Yes. Like this. So, which letter is this? Letter D. Letter D. Standing line. Then curve. Letter D. So, all of you understood? Yes? Okay. Children, this is your worksheet. Now I will show you how to write in a worksheet. Here you have to trace the dots. Okay children? So first we will see the pictures. Yes. D for duck. D for duck. D for dog. D for dog. D for dolphin. D for dolphin. And this is letter D. Letter D. So now I will show you how to write. Okay. So first standing line. Then curve. Letter D. Standing line. 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 Curve. Letter D. So all of you understood? Yes? Okay. Now children, in this worksheet, what we are going to do? Here, we are going to identify and circle the letter D. Identify and circle the letter D. Okay. And now you know letter D. Yes? Okay. Yes. Letter D. Yes. So we are going to circle it. Letter D. Yes. So we are going to circle it. Letter D. Yes. So we are going to circle it. Letter D. No. So we are not going to circle. Letter D. No. So we are not going to circle. Letter D. No. So we are not going to circle. Letter D. Yes. So we are going to circle it. Letter D. No. So we are not going to circle. Letter D. No. So we are not going to circle. Letter D. No. So we are not going to circle. Letter D. Yes. So we are going to circle letter D. So all of you understood? Yes? Okay. Now children, what we have learned today? Yes, letter D. The things or objects that begin with the letter D. And how to write letter D. Hand sign of letter D. And pattern of letter D. Okay. So children, you all have to practice letter D. Okay children? Thank you. We will meet in the next session. Bye.